Hello everyone, and welcome to Talking Sports and Teams with Reams. Today, we'll be discussing the state of the New York Giants. Is star running back Saquon Barkley really pondering to sit out the season? After that, we're going to head on over to New York/New Jersey's other team, the New York Jets, as former Super Bowl MVP quarterback Aaron Rodgers takes the field for the team's first practice. Then later, I have a special guest dropping by, a pioneer of American sports entertainment. I'm going to be down with him for a little bit. I think you guys and ladies will definitely find the interview interesting. Plus, we'll break down some of the sports world's newest technology. This thing is taking over sports entertainment. I'll give you a hint, it's not artificial intelligence. All this and more coming up on Talking Sports and Teams with Reams. Yeah!
The New York Giants made some roster moves over this past week. Big Blue added depth at wide receiver, signing veteran 34-year-old Cole Beasley.
UCF's quarterback, John Plumlee, well, he put on the show. Plumlee accounted for 7 touchdowns. He scored 4 touchdowns throwing the ball and rushed in for another 3. Plumlee had one of the greatest games of his career. He passed for a career-high 374 yards. UCF won the game, 57 points, defeating the Owls 70-13.
Give it all the way up, but man, really cool first base game for me. Obviously, the atmosphere is unbelievable. Jersey's unbelievable. Outcome unbelievable. I think it's safe to say this was a good night, and I really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of people did too.
Sit tight, guys. Coming up, we're going to sit down with a VP of Fox Sports, Mr. Eric Arneson. He's going to chat it up about sports technology in NASCAR and all over sports. And then later, I'm going to give a full breakdown of augmented reality, this thing I've been blabbing it on about all day. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Eric Arneson. How you doing, Mr. Eric?
Hey, Sean. Thanks very much for having me. I look forward to talking to you.
Thank you. First, I would like to say appreciate you on being here. There's such short notice. I was just running around, and I decided I wanted to get this done, man. This is a vet in the game. Been around 30 years. Thanks, guys. And the New York Mets took on the Cleveland Guardians this past Sunday in a 2-game series. The Mets completed the sweep of the Cleveland Guardians, winning the first game 5-4 and winning the second game 2-1. In the second game, newly acquired ace pitcher Justin Verlander took to the mound for the first time for the fans at Citi Field, in which, according to the New York Post, the fans gave him a little booze as he had kind of a rough first outing, but then they cheered him. They gave him a standing ovation at the end as he finished well with 8 innings, according to the New York Post. Justin Verlander is now 2-2 on the season, and the New York Mets are now 25-23, having won their last 5 games, matching their largest total winning streak for the season for 5 games. We're going to head to Washington. The New York Liberty defeated the Indiana Fever 95-87. Sabina Ionescu of the Liberty scored 8 of her 34 points in overtime to help the Liberty secure the win. I know as a black man, seeing that, it was really cool to see how people who make the rules and things like that of that nature of NASCAR, how they made it was a real swift decision how they was like, okay, we're just going to get rid of the Confederate flag. How did you feel about that? You being around the game, or you being around the track for that long? How did that make you feel to just see that?
So I think the sport, the mentality around the leadership of the sport highlighted this change, and Bubba having the fortitude to stand up and say, look, this isn't right and not acceptable. It gave them the leverage to do that, and I think you have to applaud Bubba for doing this and for taking all the heat that goes with it. Carrying that on his shoulders, but having the sport stand behind him was so key.
Saquon Barkley, the Giants franchise running back, is frustrated with the team, to say the least. The two sides failed to reach a long-term deal in the offseason, leading the Giants to place a franchise tag on Barkley. Barkley has yet to sign the tag. Dan Bitton of the Giants Wire, USAToday.com, reported on July 21st that Barkley intends to skip training camp and preseason with multiple failed attempts to get a long-term deal done with the Giants. Giants fans, the coaching staff, and much of the NFL world now wonder, has Saquon Barkley already played his last game in the New York Giants uniform?
You kind of get lost in that. You get caught up in playing the game, getting caught up in having fun, and just going out there and doing something you've been doing since you're a little kid. And that's the beauty of it, but at the end of the day, there's a business side of it. And it forces you to grow up and mature, and you got to see it. You can't just see it one-sided, you got to see it both-sided.